Just let me hear some of that rock and roll music. Any old way you choose it.
Hello, this is Katie with Vintage and Vinyl, and I'll be spinning some rockin' 50s records every week here on my channel, as well as sharing some cool Coca-Cola collectibles and other neat vintage finds. Stay tuned! Hey guys, this is Katie with Vintage and Vinyl, back with another great video for you today. And yes, it's Friday, so we are back with What's Spinning. I've got some great records I've been playing on my turntable this week, and I can't wait to share them with you. Please leave a comment down below and let me know what you've been listening to and spinning. I'm very excited to find out, and I'll get back with you. So these records I've selected this week are really fun. I've just so enjoyed them. Some of them are represses and re-releases, and others of them are original. You know, some 50s records can go for a heck of a lot of money. And one of these albums I'm about to show you is going for $500 original online, which is just absolutely crazy to me. So I was really happy to get this re-release for $10, and to be honest guys, it sounds good, so really that's all that matters at the end of the day. Obviously if you're a real serious collector and you want all originals or all a certain label, then you can be as picky as you want, but for me this is just fine until I can get lucky and find one on the cheap. Now, I don't find a lot of 50s records actually in record stores because for some reason they don't seem to have them. It's 70s and newer stuff. I don't know why that is. Occasionally there's a $5 bin under the main records with just a bunch of 50s stuff and I get lucky. Other times I have to kind of go online through Discogs or eBay to find exactly what I want. But this record is fantastic. It's by the famous group The Penguins. This is the Cool Penguins on Dutone. I am so excited to have this. Now, the original will be in full color, and this one is black and white, so it is not the original. But this is just a fantastic album. I love every song that is on here. So we've got Do Not Pretend, Cold Heart, Want Me, If You're Mine, Sweet Love, Money Talks, Lover or Fool, Let Me Make Up Your Mind, Butterball, Heart of a Fool, Be My Lovin' Baby, and That's How Much I Need You. So it is hard for me to pick songs off of this, but my two favorite are probably Be My Lovin' Baby and Butterball. I absolutely think those are fantastic and just a whole lot of fun. So definitely recommend this Penguins album. Now, the next album is by another great group called Danny and the Juniors. You've probably heard of them. And this is their album, Rock and Roll is Here to Stay. Lots of fantastic songs on this Singular album here, put out by Singular. This has a great bunch of songs. I mean, I don't even know that I could choose to. Again, it just becomes really hard when all of them are your favorite. But side A has Rock and Roll is Here to Stay, Dottie at the Hop, Crazy Cave, Playing Hard to Get, Schoolboy Romance, Twistin' USA, Pony Express, and side B has Back to the Hop, The Charleston Fish, Some Kind of Nut, Twistin' All Night Long, Do the Mashed Potatoes, When the Saints Go Marching In, Mr. Whisper, and Tallahassee Lassie. So I love all of these songs, but I really love At the Hop and probably Do the Mashed Potatoes, but I love Tallahassee Lassie and Twistin' USA. But I think, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think Chubby Checker also did Twistin' USA. So I'll have to check my Chubby Checker records and look for that. But this is fabulous. This is just a whole lot of fun to listen to. Now the next group is another great group called the Cleftones, and this is their album on Emus called Heart and Soul. This is fabulous. Really happy to have this. And side A has Heart and Soul, For Sentimental Reasons, See You Next Year, Little Girl of Mine, Can't We Be Sweethearts. Side B has You're Driving Me Mad, The Glory of Love, Red Sails in the Sunset, Please Say You Want Me, Time Is Running Out on Our Love. So I love Heart and Soul, obviously, very famous song by the Cleftones, and I also love Little Girl of Mine. But highly, highly recommend this. If you have not heard the Cleftones, go look them up on YouTube. I promise you will fall in love with them like I did. Now, the next record is an original press, and I was very excited to get this. I found it again at a record store in a bin, and the guy clearly had no clue what he had because it was marked at $5. And I have seen this record go for a lot more. And it was in VG Plus shape, so that is really good for this record because a lot of them on Discogs, if you look this one up, are a G Plus, and they're going for like $50 or more. So I feel like this was a great deal. This is the Flamingos, Requestfully Yours on End. I just find this album absolutely fantastic. You can't go wrong with the classic Flamingos. So side 1 has In the Still of the Night, Beside You, Never in This World, When I Fall in Love, You, Me, and the Sea, Everybody's Got a Home. Side 2 has Nobody Loves Me Like You, Tenderly, I Was Such a Fool, Every Time I Think of You, At Night, and You'll Never Walk Alone. So I really, really love the song At Night, and I love, of course, classic In the Still of the Night. I don't know if anyone else did that song. For some reason, I feel like there's a couple of other bands that did In the Still of the Night, and I just can't think of it. I'll have to find it one day on one of my other records, but I absolutely love the Flamingos, so definitely go check them out. Now, the next record is also an original pressing, and this is by the famous group The Diamonds with their hit song Little Darlin'. This was on this record, and I am so glad to have this. This is a mono press, really, really fun stuff. So we've got The Stroll, You Baby, Every Night About This Time, Ka-Ding Dong, 1,000 Miles Away, Every Minute of the Day, Little Darlin', Faithful and True, Straight Skirts, Silhouettes, Passion Flower, and Daddy Cool. So I love Little Darlin', very classic, very Diamonds. I love Silhouettes, but I also love Ka-Ding Dong, so I have to kind of pick 3 for this. It's hard, man, when you just love these songs. There is something about 50s music and 60s music that just sets my soul into a whole happy mode. So I love this stuff. So the last record I'm going to share with you all today, we have to jump way, way back into the era of swing and boogie woogie, 1938 to be exact, with the Andrews Sisters. This is a fabulous compilation album of all their greatest hits. It's a double LP, and it has this beautiful picture of them in the recording studio on the inside. Very fun record to listen to, and it sounds great. Now, when I was online looking up the Andrews Sisters, I was very curious if most of their records came out on 78s. And the reason I say that is because in 1948, 33 1/3 became the industry standard thanks to Columbia's invention of the micro groove, which allowed 20 minutes of music to be squeezed onto a record per side. Now, in 1930, RCA had actually tried to do that, but they flopped. It was just a complete failure because it was the height of the Great Depression, and no one wanted to spend money on a new turntable and new records, and their equipment worked just fine. Now, if you go all the way back to the 20s, 33 1/3 RPM was actually used in the talkies. That's right, they had 78s, but it didn't quite work out because 5 minutes of music per side was the standard for a 78, and it wasn't long enough to cover the sound effects for the whole duration of a film, so they ended up using 33 1/3 speed to make that happen. So that's kind of a little history there, but that's what's making me wonder if maybe later some of their albums, original albums, would have been on 33 1/3. Of course, all of their originals way, way back in the day were probably all on 78s, but I'm going to have to do some more research on that and find out what is available. And I don't know how much their records are going for. I didn't do a whole, deep dive. This is a record that I found in a record store in one of those dollar bins, and I am pleased that I got it because this is just a fun listen. So, what do we have on the record? We've got some great songs. We have Oh Johnny, Oh, South American Way, Joseph, Rum and Coca-Cola, Strip Polka, Sonny Boy, Beat Me Daddy, 8 to the Bar, Well Alright, Pennsylvania Polka, Belle Mar Bis Du Sean, which I'm probably butchering, Beer Barrel Polka, Tico Tico, Oh Mama, Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree, Rum Boogie, Say CC, Yes My Darling Daughter, I Want to Be Loved, There Will Be Another, Never Be Another You, Hold Tight, Tip Tip Tin, Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, I Can Dream It, Can't I? And I'll Be With You in Apple Blossom Time. So my two favorites are Strip Polka and Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, which of course is a classic. You can't not love that song. But I really also enjoy I'll Be With You in Apple Blossom Time. And of course, Beer Barrel Polka is a whole lot of fun. But all of these songs are great by the Andrews Sisters. So I highly recommend picking up this album, and it definitely will bring some happiness to your life. I promise you all that. So don't miss out this weekend. I will be having a live subscriber celebration right here on YouTube. I'll be giving away prizes, including some 50s records like Elvis and Paul Anka and Bobby Darin. So there's some great stuff coming up there, as well as some Fostoria glass and advertising tins. And I will be playing games and just having a whole lot of fun with you all in the chat. So I hope to see you all there. But for now, stay in, stay safe, and binge YouTube.
That's why I go for that rock and roll